Welcome everybody to Joking Podcast, episode 12, I think. Fuck. Yeah, episode 12. Yeah, because we're uploading episode 11 today from last week. And today we're recording episode 12, which will drop next week. But you're hearing it right now live because you're just now listening to it, even though we recorded this last week. I don't know if that made any fucking sense. But yeah, today is episode 12. And for those of you who don't know, we have different kinds of episodes within the Joking Podcast. We have Gym Talk, Gym spelled with a J. That's where we go and talk about our fitness journey. We talk about other people's fitness journey. We talk about the gym. We talk about meal prepping. We talk about food, nutrition, steroids, anything and everything that has to do with fitness. And then we have Joe versus the internet, where my wife finds videos that she thinks would be interesting to me on the internet. And we talk about them, talk some shit if we need to talk some shit, correct some things if we need to correct some things, and put out our opinion on those videos. And then we have your basic Q&A, right, where my wife brings me questions that she thinks would be interesting for me to answer here on the Joking Podcast. And that is what we are doing today, right? How are you doing, my beautiful coho?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I've been feeling pretty good lately. I've been really focusing the last week or so, or maybe like the last 4 or 5 days, really focusing on, in my prayer time, really putting my stress and burdens and anxiousnesses things on, like leaving it in the prayer room and just really casting it. The Bible says to cast your cares upon God, right? And I've been really trying to do that. So I've been really talking to God a lot about, hey, God, I don't like feeling this way. I don't like feeling super stressed out. I feel like I haven't had any joy or peace. And I feel like I have a short temper with my wife and with my kids and with employees and things like that, with clients. And I don't want to be that way. I don't want that. I don't like being that way because that's not who I am really. But I think anybody and everybody could be that way if they're 100,000% overwhelmed with work. So maybe a few days ago, I really had a hard time zoning in my prayer. And it's because there were so many other things going on in my mind. And I was like, okay, let me stop. Because the Bible says that if you keep your eyes and your heart and your thoughts on Jesus, then Jesus, like our God, will keep you in perfect peace. And I was realizing that I wasn't in perfect peace. If anything, I was the opposite. So I was like, man, let me really focus on God. Let me really focus on Jesus in this moment. Let me focus on his word and what he says about me. And that day, my workload wasn't lighter. The opportunity for stress was not lighter, but I felt so much lighter. And I realized that, God really helped me out that day and this week for helping me be able to like manage stress. And it's just to choose to not have stress, just let it go. If there's a problem, fix it, so that's one thing that I've been focusing on this week. And it's really helped me, the Bible talks about not worrying, and again, casting your cares upon Jesus. And our pastor says it like this. It says to cast your cares on him, not your responsibilities. So I still have to be responsible. I still have to get shit done. I still got to pay my bills. I still got to work. Still got to go to the print shop. Still got to do tattoos. Still got to do my workouts. Still got to count my calories. I still have to be a husband. I still got to be a father. I still have to design for the G brand. I still have to run the gym. I still got to re-rack other fucking people's lazy asses fucking weights. I still have to make sure the gym gets open on time. I still have to delegate. I still have to sign people up at the gym. I still have to do all of that. But in amongst all of that, if I can stay focused on Jesus, it'll really help my day go a lot smoother in my mind, in my heart. And it's crazy how much lighter I feel. I told God, I asked him, I was like, take all the stress out of me. Just take it from me. I give it to you. And just put joy and peace in me. And I could feel that even in our relationship this week, I've been feeling, I feel like our relationship has been better this week already, So that's how I'm doing. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's hard not to worry about you because I feel like right now your energy, I can feel everything you're saying, that it's still kind of there.
Yeah.
You still seem very tired. Like, I don't know how you're recording this podcast right now.
It's just how it is. This is why people don't do what the fuck I do. This is why people don't do what we do. This is why people give up on their businesses. This is why people give up on their brands. This is why people give up on their dreams. It's because they can't handle it. It is fucking hard. And I say that all the time, but it is fucking hard. So yes, every day I'm still going to be fighting it every day. This is why the armor of God is a thing. It says to put on the armor of God every single day. Why? What is armor for? It's for battle. Because every single day is a battle. Okay? Whether you have businesses or not, life is fucking hard. But it's especially hard doing what we're doing over here. Not just running one business, but running 3 and now doing a podcast. And I hold them all very dearly to my heart and trying to manage them all on social media and on YouTube and on Instagram and all this shit. It's hard. And there's no way around it. There's no way to grow and get better and to live at the level that we want to live at without it being incredibly difficult. There's no way around it. And I think that one reason why I've been stressed is because I've been trying to find a way to make it easier. And it's just not going to be. Posting 3 times a day or 2 to 3 times a day on every single page that I have. Like, I'm trying to find a way to make it easier, and it's just not going to be. And I think that's another reason why I've been stressed, you know? And also too, like everything that you're telling me before we started is 100% valid, you know? Like, we're not like Roman Empire. We're not like Absolute Recon. We're not like Fitness Connection. We're not like Houston Iron. We're not like Rain Athletics. We're way fucking different than those people, you know? And I am doing my best to keep that authenticity of who we are, but also still try to be wise and smart and do also what works. You know, and this whole thing is a whole fucking journey, man. It's a whole journey and it's never going to end. And I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. This is what I was made to do. I was made to fuck some shit up. I love having the G brand. I love what it's becoming. I love the gym. I love my fucking gym. I love it. I love how much we've been able to grow, even though we're constantly in debt, you know, because we don't play by the same rules as all these fucking big time investors. We don't. It's a fact. We don't play by the same rules. We can't. We're from the fucking hood. So what do? We get a big loan, upgrade, pay it off, and then we get another one and we stay in debt. And that's the name of the game for us right now. That's what we're doing. And that's okay because we're doing good. We're killing it. We're fucking doing our best just like everybody else. And yeah, there might be some people that have some shit to say, but fuck them. They don't know shit. They don't have their own. I've said this before. I've never been criticized by somebody doing better than me. Not once. Not once. People who are doing better than me, like Roman, and like other people who are successful, like Flip over at Houston Iron, they're like, man, you're doing great. And they're all doing better than me, you know? So that's cool.
It says a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It says a whole shitload. But never once have I been criticized by somebody sitting on the sideline or actual criticism or even constructive. Well, I don't get constructive criticism from the sidelines. I could just get criticism. But it's never been by somebody who's doing better than me, ever. So that just goes to show that these people that are just sitting on the sidelines talking shit, they're just talking shit. They don't know what the fuck. Well, why don't you do it like this? Why don't you do it like that? And why the fuck would I listen to somebody who doesn't have their own thing? It's like what you were just saying a little while ago. These people don't know my life. They don't know the business. They don't know my goal. They don't know what I'm trying to do. They just think that they could do it better. And they fucking can't. Because if they could, they would. But they're not. So that means they can't. Because they're not. So that was episode 12's intro. So let's jump into the Q&A.
Okay.
Let's see what we got. Let's see what my beautiful co-host has for me. Mrs. Ashley Cuvier. She finally changed her name.
It was in September. You talking about my bank account?
In your bank account. Yeah. Well, her name's been changed since we got married, obviously. Yeah. But every time she would ask me to sell her money or whatever, I would always look for Ashley Cuvier and it'd always say Ashley Cruz. And I would always tell her, I would always call her Ashley Cruz.
Dude, whenever you Zelled me yesterday, it was like, I kind of told you why I needed it. It wasn't a lot, but you just sent it immediately. But before, it would have been like something.
Because I would see Ashley Cruz and I look every time. I'm like, oh yeah, it says Ashley Cuvier now. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because whenever I have my questions, it's like whenever we do our intros or anything, I don't know why, but you start answering them. So I'm like, okay, let me make sure you didn't answer this already.
It's all good.
But I think this is the perfect episode just to talk about your origin, because a lot of people don't know you before. Like I know I didn't, before the gym, True Warrior Tattoo, the G brand,
Yeah.
JOEKING Podcast, the church you go to. So if you could just take us back before any of these businesses, like what was your life like back then?
Yeah.
Like what were you doing for money? How were you like day to day
Before even tattooing?
before you opened your tattoo shop?
Okay. So not before tattooing, before I opened my tattoo shop.
The gym, the G brand, the podcast.
Man, I will say this. Life was very simple. I was just living like a normal, regular fucking person, I would eat Whataburger every fucking day. Taco truck every day. I ate a lot. I didn't give a fuck about working out. Um, all I cared about after I started tattooing, all I cared about was getting better at tattooing. I never started tattooing to open my own business. I never started tattooing so that I can get enough money to open a gym. I never had aspirations of opening my own business, but I think that that was just God's plan for me, right? And I just started walking in it. But before, I was in like some hardcore bands and shit. I was in this band called The Price You Pay. That was a huge part of my life. So music is the only thing, like hardcore music, is the only thing that I've been doing longer and have been doing longer than tattooing. I started my first band. It was called like Axiom, some dumb shit. And I was like 14 years old. And we didn't even know what the fuck we were doing. We were just making a bunch of fucking noise. And I was yelling, screaming into a fucking mic. So that was a huge part of my life. I loved going to shows. I loved writing and making music. And The Price We Pay was relatively successful for just a local band. We made a full length album. You've heard it before. It's cool. I love that album. I think it's really, really fucking great.
It's impressive.
Yeah. And some people, they're like, that's not you. Like, it is,
The melodies.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's such a great album. It's called Hardships. We were able to like be direct support for Kublai Khan when they would show up, or Gideon, Oh Sleeper, and we played with Varials a handful of times. I think we even played with For the Fallen Dreams. Was it For the Fallen Dreams? I think so. My Children, My Bride, shit like that. Like we were doing very well playing with like these bigger bands. And then I started another band after that. It was called Crown with a K. And we played with Spide, we played with Left Behind, we played with On a Burning Body. Like people really fucked with our bands.
Which those are all some big bands in that scene,
They're
especially back
huge.
then.
Yeah, they're huge. And it was fun. It was fun. That was way less stressful. I mean, it was a little bit stressful working with other dudes who had other ideas that I didn't like that were in the band, like the ideas that they would have. But it's kind of weird. I always had like this leadership role. And people kind of like, even though we were all in a band together, people kind of knew that it was my band. Like, hey, we all have this and this and this idea, and we could do this or play this show or that show. Or we could do this or do that. Or we could do this with the album or not, or do this with this song or not. And when people were discussing it, they'll kind of like stop discussing and just kind of look at me. And hey, well, what do you want to do? It was always like that. I always had a strong leadership role before I even knew what a fucking leader was, or leadership qualities, or whatever the fuck, any of that shit. I was that person. Even like little mishaps before shows, right before we're going to go on. I remember one time Jacob popped his snare head, and we're loading on stage, fixing to play. One time we had a fucking microphone cord, and the cymbal fell over, and the cymbal was on the stand, so it fell on its side. And whenever that thing falls like that, the cymbal's fucking sharp and skinny, and it fell right onto one of our cords, our guitar cords, and it split it right in half. Right, and that's a different show. Right before we're going on stage. But the point of what I'm saying is that everybody would look to me, Joe, what are we gonna do? And I'd be like, I got it. Just load your shit up on stage. I got it. Just pretend like it didn't happen. And I would always get it. I would always figure it out. I had a good relationship with my mom. I lived in a garage behind my mom's house. It's really fucking ghetto as fuck.
It's like a little suite, huh? Apartment?
Yeah, suite is a really nice name. It wasn't a suite.
Okay, it was a little.
It was a
shack.
shack.
Bathroom.
It was a shack, for sure.
A shower.
Yeah, it was a shack, not suitable for I mean, the only reason it was suitable for me is because I didn't give a fuck. I didn't really know any better. That's all I knew. For me, it was cool as fuck because it was my own spot.
And you had enough room to tattoo in there, right?
Mhm.
And have friends over. And
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I think Shack, I think a little teeny tiny space.
Okay.
Kind of like the one we're in right now.
Definitely Shack vibes. Like
hella hood, like kind of little ghetto inside, like
Yeah.
carpets on the floor.
concrete floor, no tile, no fucking glossed floors or anything like that. It's just cracked concrete and fucking shitty ass AC unit. But it worked.
Yeah.
You know, and I lived there for years. You know, man, just life was way more simple. It was. But I wouldn't change a fucking thing about what I do now. I had a van. I miss my van. I miss my van life. I've always been a van head. I would fucking like just pick up and leave whenever I wanted. I would load all my tattoo shit in my van. I would throw a couch in there so I can have a place to sleep if I couldn't afford a hotel. And I would just drive around. I would go to Dallas a lot, go to Austin a lot, San Antonio, you know, like the big cities in Texas, tattoo people, drive around. I would even bring my AC unit from my house and just put it in my, my window for my van so I could sleep in there overnight. Things like that. Like, it was very like live free, you know? But fuck all that. It was cool and it was great for the time, but it's not what I was made to do. I couldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for that. And I love that I have that story because I really have overcome adversity, you know, like growing up, being fatherless, I guess, if you want to say that. It sounds fucking gay. But it was like I was like fatherless, and you know, my mom died at a young age. Been through a lot, didn't have a whole lot of money, shit like that. Just normal shit with people from the hood. Everybody from the hood grows up without a dad or an alcoholic for that. Everybody from the hood grows up in a shitty house. Everybody fights and gets. It's just how it goes. There's nothing special about it. But the thing that makes it special for me is because I've been able to come out of it and create something of myself. Just the other day, I ran into somebody that I knew from high school, and it was kind of like embarrassing. Like, they were just kind of like, and it sounds judgmental, but it's not judgmental. It just makes me kind of like be happy and thankful for where I'm at. But dude was low key embarrassing. Like, he was drunk in my tattoo shop, just being weird and embarrassing. And I'm like, if I had a nickel for every time I ran into somebody from high school just living like shit, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? And it makes me way more thankful and makes me realize how well I'm doing, you know, because we came from the same hood. We came from the same fucking place, man. And people want to talk about, well, not everybody was dealt the cards you were dealt, Joe. Not everybody can, or whatever. Not everybody's as lucky as you. It's not about fucking luck. I work my motherfucking ass off. And I have every fucking reason in the book to not, and I have every excuse in the book to not be where I'm at today. But I didn't let this shit stop me. And it wasn't because I was listening to the fucking motivational podcasts and shit like that to help me get up and get off my fucking ass. Do I need some other man to tell me what I need to do or not need to do? It's because I just went after what I fucking wanted. I never fucking knew who David Goggins was. I didn't know who Wes Watson was. I didn't know who Andy Frisella was. I didn't know who Alex Hormozy was or Gary Vee or all these motivational fucking entrepreneurs that like help people out and all this shit. I didn't know anything about that shit. When I started, it wasn't even a fucking thing. And if it was, I didn't know about it. I barely could afford to keep my fucking phone on, much less be on these fucking podcasts all fucking day listening to shit. I was just doing my life and doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do. And that's how I got where I'm at. Just doing what I wanted to do and not giving a fuck what anybody says or thinks. And after a while, then all these podcasts and Instagram and YouTube things and podcast fucking apps and all this shit started coming out. And all these dudes are on Instagram now making all these reels and shorts and all this stuff. And then I listened to it and I'm like, oh, like I was listening to it, like whenever I first started like listening to these things around like COVID time. And I'm like, oh shit. That's kind of like what I'm doing. What they're saying to do, that's kind of like what I'm doing. And I would listen to more and I'm like, oh, that's kind of like the way I am. Mm-hmm. And I would listen to more. I'm like, oh shit, I did that. Mm-hmm. And I started realizing like, hey dude, you're like, your story is the story. It's the beginning of the story. Your story is a story of success. That's what their story sounds like. Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing. Everything that you're doing, that's what they're doing. They're taking leaps. They're having to walk in faith because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Clearly, I don't. I just get lucky every day because I'm willing to learn and I'm willing to figure out what works and what doesn't work. You know?
My favorite thing about what you're doing is that it's super purposeful.
Yes,
all of it.
It is.
The impact is so great that it has on people.
Yeah.
And I love that.
It is purposeful, man. I'm not just here fucking trying to make a dollar.
Yeah,
you know, I'm really, really trying to make an impact on this world. Really, really trying to help people find God, Jesus. Mm-hmm. And I have.
And you don't know unless you're in real life with us, really.
Yeah.
Instagram, I feel like a lot of people know us through Instagram. Even the people that we meet in person, we're probably so much different.
Yeah.
But like Instagram's not real life for us. That's where our real impact is. I pray it can be through our platforms on Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah. And I think that it can be, and I think that it will be, and I think that we have helped people for sure. We've helped way more people than what it shows online. Like, yeah, we post videos about our new machines and like the new G brand drives and all that shit. But that's just like the avenue to be. It's an avenue to have a level of influence to be able to help people, really. Mm-hmm. Even just last night, somebody came to me and told me something that was going on, and I prayed for him. Nobody knows about that. Mm-hmm. I don't fucking record that and put it on a reel on all that shit. Like, it's real life shit, you know? And that's really why we're here. The reason we're here is to help people, man, and to look fucking good doing it, you know? But you can't help anybody.
I love that part.
Yeah. Yeah. And like,
have fun too.
Yeah, and have fun, have a good fucking time. It's great. Mm-hmm. It's fucking awesome. But you can't help people and have a level of influence if you don't overcome. If you don't have a level of influence, you have to have something that these people want and that these people like, and a level of success for people to come to you for help. You have to. So this is one reason why our success is so important, right? So that we can have a level of influence, so that we can help people. So when people come and say, hey, my marriage is fucked, what do I do? Hey, I'm sick, I need prayer. Hey, I really want to go back to church again. Hey, can you pray for me? Hey, whatever the fuck. But they wouldn't do that if we didn't have the level of influence that we have. If we didn't have this product, if we didn't have this gym, if we didn't have this level of success. Like, they just wouldn't. It would just be another fucking jackass flipping burgers at McDonald's. There's nothing wrong with flipping burgers at McDonald's. I'm just saying that person doesn't have as much influence as we do, because we run this bitch. I run this fucking podcast. We fucking run this gym. We run this bitch. We don't work for nobody. The only fucking person we work for is God. When he tells me to shut the fuck up and sit down, I shut the fuck up and I sit down. When he tells me to stop, I stop. When he tells me to go, I go. He is who I work for. And second in command is my wife. She's the only other fucking person that I let even have a little bit of say so in my ear. Like, I just really, really have to slow down and take what she's saying into consideration. I don't always like it, but I have to fucking listen to her. I have to. In a marriage, if you want your fucking marriage to work, you have to listen to your fucking wife. Even if you don't agree, even if what she's saying doesn't go, it doesn't fold out and work out, that's fine. It's the principle of listening. Not saying you have to do everything she fucking says, you know, but it'd be very wise for you to fucking listen. You know, but as far as the origin of Joe goes, it's a really long fucking story, man. There's a lot that goes in there, you know? Mm-hmm. And what I can say is that I'm extremely proud of where I'm at. I'm extremely proud of where we're going. In every single fucking tear, every single drop of blood, every single drop of sweat, every single little bit of stress and fucking anxiousness, every fucking penny, every sleepless night, it's all worth it. I wouldn't fucking change it for the world. I wouldn't change it, dude. It's what I do. It was what I was meant to do. I am meant to be here fucking shit up with the G brand and the gym and the tat shop, and with my wife and my kids too, being a good father, fucking shit up for my family and for Jesus. It's what I'm here to do. I'm here to advance the kingdom of heaven. I'm here on behalf of King Jesus. He sent me. He's the one who sent me. I get my purpose through him and from him. Nothing else. Mm-hmm. And the G brand and the gym and True Warrior Tattoo is what he sent me to do. He sent me to influence people through those things for the advancement of the kingdom of heaven. That's it. That's all I'm here to do. And like I said, to look fucking good doing it.
Yes.
Because you can't influence people if you don't look good. Like, and I'll say look good with quotations around it. I'm not talking about looking good, being handsome, and having a fucking six pack. I'm talking about having a level of a level of success to where you look
Yes.
good. How the fuck are you going to influence somebody if you don't look good? Nobody's going to come to you. Nobody's going to ask you shit because you don't have any success.
Mhm.
Nobody's going to ask you fucking marriage advice if you're always fucking fighting and talking shit and fighting your husband in the street and drinking and you're fucking broke as fuck and you're not doing shit. Who the fuck's going to come to you for help? Nobody.
Yeah.
Unless they're fucking idiots. And there's a lot of fucking idiots out there. So there's that. But
Even how we present our gym page, how people have complained that it looks too good, or people that we have on our reels look too fit, or this and that. Like, even that looking good. They
Yeah.
care about stuff.
yeah, for sure. It's like, what the fuck you mean? It look like, I don't know. People are always going to have some shit to say, man. But I think I'm going to call it right there, baby. I think that was a good episode. I think that I said some shit that I needed to say. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for supporting the Joking Podcast. It would mean a lot if you could like the video and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. My name is _Joking. And Ash is Ash_reps, right? Ash reps. If y'all can follow us, show some fucking love. We're trying to make it just like the way everybody else is, right? We love you guys. We're praying for you guys. We're praying for the G Brand family every fucking day. We're praying for every single gym member. We're praying for all of our tattoo clients. We're praying for our family. We're fasting. We're going to church. We're investing. We're working our fucking asses off to make an impact. Okay. So thank you guys for watching. And as always, y'all keep it motherfucking G. What do you stand?